Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Since Floyd Mayweather's dominant performance over a kid that was young enough to be his son, everyone is wondering who Floyd Mayweather's next opponent should be. I keep getting all kind of messages, asking me what do I think about this guy, that guy, and all that, right? So I want to break it down. I want to go through as many of these fighters as I can on this video and see what conclusion we come up with in regards to which fighter is the man to beat Floyd Mayweather or have a damn good chance beating him, right? So let's get into it. The first fight I want to bring up is Devon Alexander. Lately, we've been getting a lot of messages, people bringing up Devon Alexander. I think Devon could get with him. I think Devon would give him a good fight. I think it'll be a competitive. That's the match that I want to see, oh boy, and et cetera, et cetera. These are the type of messages that I keep seeing. But the first thing I want to say is, did you not watch the Devon Alexander versus Tim Bradley fight? Is it just me, or am I the only one to notice that Tim Bradley he had a fairly easy time with Devon Alexander? See, guys, what you have to understand is people don't understand. People think, oh, you get a guy who fights like Floyd Mayweather, who's a cutie, who's a flashy fighter, et cetera, that person is going to give Floyd Mayweather problems. What people do not realize is Floyd Mayweather, he will adjust to any style that he's in the ring with. Floyd Mayweather, and I'm going to talk about this a little later on, but I'm going to say this right now. Floyd Mayweather, he knows how to fight his own self. He knows how to fight his own self. If you watch the Canelo Alvarez fight, which I found very, very interesting, throughout that fight, Canelo was basically trying to mimic everything that Floyd Mayweather did. Canelo, he's seen Floyd with that calm, composure look that, this is easy, this is just walking apart. So Canelo, he put that look on his face. Floyd Mayweather, he puts his arm down like he all slick and stuff like that. Canelo would do the same thing. Canelo thought that if he mimicked what Floyd did, then he would have even a better chance of beating Floyd Mayweather. Don't get me wrong, Canelo, he did a good job. But, when he would try to do the same things that Floyd Mayweather would do, Floyd Mayweather, he would switch it up. And he would surprise Canelo. And, as the fight progressed, it kind of reminds me of when Floyd was fighting Diego Corrales. When Diego Corrales, at the first 3-4 rounds, Diego had this confident look, this little smirk almost on his face for the first 4 rounds. By the 5th, 6th round, you seen that grin just slowly come down. And then by the 6th, 7th, 8th, all you seen is straight frustration on his face. And that's what I seen against Canelo Alvarez. Back to Devon Alexander. Okay, so Devon Alexander, let me break down the differences between Devon Alexander. Like I said, people look at the slickness. People look at the fact that they're both American and they're both slick. And you say, oh man, this dude is like a mirror image of Floyd Mayweather. Devon Alexander is nothing like Floyd Mayweather. Devon Alexander is a good boxer, but Devon Alexander, unlike Floyd Mayweather, he does not know how to fight in the inside. He is not comfortable fighting in the inside. As you've seen, you watch Floyd Mayweather against Canelo Alvarez. Hell, you watch Floyd Mayweather against anybody, and you see that Floyd Mayweather is comfortable in every situation. Devon Alexander is not. Like I said, if you watch the Tim Bradley fight, what did Tim Bradley do? Tim Bradley, he bum rushed Devon Alexander. And when Tim Bradley got in the inside, Alexander, he had no answer. Alexander's only response was to hold and tie up Tim Bradley. He couldn't fight Tim Bradley in the inside because Devon Alexander was not used to a fighter with that type of head movement and that type of speed getting in the inside on him. So he was very uncomfortable in that position. Okay? Once again, Floyd Mayweather is never uncomfortable in any situation. Now, if Floyd Mayweather were to fight Devon Alexander, I'm telling you guys right now, that fight would look very similar to the Sharmba Mitchell fight, to the Zab Judah fight. The only difference is Devon would not do anywhere near as good as Zab Judah did. Devon doesn't have the power, and Devon doesn't have all of the tools that a Zab Judah has. I'm telling you, Devon Alexander is a flashy fighter, and he's a good fighter. He'll beat some fighters, but he ain't nowhere near on the level of a Floyd Mayweather. See, people really get it twisted when it comes to Floyd Mayweather because you guys have heard so much dumb shit on YouTube. It's easy to be programmed to thinking that Floyd Mayweather is just this pretty boy who can't handle himself, and he's so afraid to get hit, and he's so reluctant, that he's just gonna fall and buckle under pressure if a motherfucker just bum rush his ass. You couldn't be more wrong when it comes to Floyd Mayweather. Okay? Floyd Mayweather is a genius. And like I said earlier, I'll break it down a little bit more later on, but Floyd Mayweather, he knows how to fight his own self. Okay? He knows how to fight himself. So that's why whenever Floyd Mayweather, if you guys notice this, whenever Floyd Mayweather is fighting a slick fighter, do you guys notice that Floyd Mayweather is extremely aggressive? When Floyd Mayweather fought against Judah, Mitchell, Chop Corley, and even the Mosley fight, Floyd Mayweather was the aggressor. Floyd Mayweather was the person that was going forward 90% of the fight. Okay? Because Floyd Mayweather knows what needs to be done when you're fighting against a slickster. Right? Floyd Mayweather, he never just sits back and just plays chess with a guy who has a style that is similar to his. Unless that kid is damn near 15, 20 pounds bigger in a higher division, 14 years younger, and way stronger than he is, then you'll see a little bit of give and take, kind of like in the Canelo Alvarez fight. In the Canelo Alvarez fight, Floyd Mayweather was pushing Canelo back half the fight, and then he was moving back half the fight to lower Canelo into a trap, right? So Devon Alexander, he would have no chance against Floyd Mayweather. I could easily see the fight playing out. Floyd Mayweather putting a lot of pressure on Devon Alexander, just like Tim Bradley did. And Devon's going to do the exact same thing. Floyd is going to get in the inside, and when he gets in the inside, Devon is going to be holding. And eventually, Floyd Mayweather, being smarter than Tim Bradley, he's going to find ways to get around that holding, and he's going to be popping the shit out of Devon Alexander. Eventually, Devon is going to be cut. He may even quit on the stool, or he may get knocked out. So that's really how I see that fight, all right? So moving on to the next one. Now the next opponent that I want to talk about, or next potential opponent, is Sergio Martinez, the middleweight champion. Me personally, I think that Sergio Martinez is Floyd Mayweather's best bet in terms of how great the shit would look on Floyd's resume to move all the way up to the middleweight division and take out pound for pound the best middleweight in the world, right? Pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world. It would look great on Floyd Mayweather's record, okay? And let's face it, Sergio Martinez right now, he's perfect for the taking. The bottom line is I've always thought that Sergio Martinez was a vulnerable opponent. He's somewhat of a watered-down Roy Jones is what I always called him. He was always like that. If you look at Sergio Martinez's last 3-4 fights, he struggled against all of these fighters. Okay? He struggled against the Matthew Macklins, the Darren Barker, the Martin Murray. He struggled against all of these fighters. And let's face it, if Floyd Mayweather was fighting against a Matthew Macklin, a Darren Barker, do you know the media, they would have a motherfucking field day clowning Mayweather? Talking about how he's handpicking, cherry-picking his opponents. He's fighting bums. You already know what the media and the fans on YouTube and everyone else would say if Floyd was fighting that type of competition. And when you think about it, it says a lot about how great Floyd Mayweather is. It says a lot about how great Floyd Mayweather is. Do you guys notice that? Only when Floyd fights someone, all of a sudden, they're easy. They're easy to beat. Oh, Floyd, he could beat this dude with his hand tied behind his back. For everybody else, this dude is hard, right? For Martin Murray, it was life and death. For Sergio Martinez, Martin Murray was life and death. Same thing with Matthew Macklin, Darren Barker, right? When Andre Berto was fighting against Guerrero, shit was life and death. In fact, he lost the fight. Same thing with Victor Ortiz. When Manny Pacquiao was fighting against Marquez, life and death. Matter of fact, he got knocked the fuck out, right? People kept saying after the second fight, oh, Pacquiao, he's new and improved. He gonna beat the hell out of, man, you don't know nothing about boxing. Pacquiao gonna beat the hell out of Marquez in that third fight. And I'm trying to tell everybody, Marquez is gonna most likely beat him, or it's gonna be another close fight. Nobody wanted to hear me when I was saying that shit, right? Motherfucking Marquez come out and damn near win the third fight. Fourth fight, Marquez comes out and he knocks him out. Everybody else faces these opponents and it's life and death for them. Only when Floyd Mayweather faces these opponents, it's easy work. That tells you how great this man is. The fact that dumbass fans on YouTube, they say, oh, he's a bum. He ain't fought nobody. He ain't this. He ain't that. But then when you say, well, who can beat him? Nobody would probably beat him because, there ain't nobody to beat him right now. There ain't no good fighters today. Oh, really? So tell me why other champions keep losing then. Because if that's the case, everybody should be winning, right? Everybody should be walking through fighters very easy. Matter of fact, Pacquiao, he should have walked through Marquez very easy because there ain't nobody to fight, right? You can't have it both ways. And like I said, when you are talking with ignorance and when you are talking with hate, it is very difficult to be honest with yourself because the hate will not allow you to be honest. So Sergio Martinez, he wouldn't have a chance against Floyd Mayweather. If Sergio Martinez can get hit all day by the same punch from a very slow, lethargic, flat-footed Martin Murray, imagine how he would be getting murdered by the fucking quick, lightning right hands that Floyd Mayweather's going to be throwing. The lightning fucking hooks. The fucking ridiculous jab that Floyd Mayweather has. Sergio Martinez is a very predictable fighter. You know, he may do all that flashy stuff and put his hands down and all that, but unlike a Roy Jones, unlike a Floyd Mayweather, Sergio Martinez, he puts his hands down and he gets knocked down with basic 1-2s, right? I mean, that's not part of the game. It really ain't. It ain't part of the slick style game, all right? So it's only common sense. And then at the same time, Sergio Martinez, he's not that tall of a fighter. I think he's about 5'9", barely 5'10". He would give Floyd Mayweather no problems at all. Like I said, very, very predictable fighter. All Sergio Martinez wants to do is land his left hand. He has a good jab, but that's all he's throwing. He's throwing the jab, left hand, jab, left hand, lead left hand, nice jab. But after that, I mean, there's really nothing else that he offers. All right, so that's another easy fight for Floyd Mayweather. And since I'm running out of time on this damn iPad, whenever I do videos on my iPad, it only gives me 15 minutes to do a video, which I don't know why yet. But anyway, I'm just gonna skim through all the other fighters. We already know, Gennady Golovkin, he would be a good opponent. Danny Garcia would be a good opponent. And, of course, Manny Pacquiao will still be a good opponent. But out of all three of those, Manny Pacquiao would be the easiest one to beat because it's all about defense, 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 defense. But personally, I'm really hoping that Manny Pacquiao, he goes out there and he looks very impressive against Brandon Rios because I truly believe that Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, that fight will still be epic. It would still do tremendous numbers when it comes to pay-per-views and I know this is hard for a lot of people to believe, but a Mayweather versus Pacquiao fight would still have the potential to even surpass the most recent Mayweather-Canelo fight. No matter what people want to say, you got a lot of people saying, the fight should happen then and all this shit. But I'm telling you right now, that fight would do huge numbers, especially considering the fact that Manny Pacquiao gets past Brandon Rios. Let's just say if Manny Pacquiao knocks out Brandon Rios in a barn burner and he does it in a very impressive fashion, like similar to his rematch against Eric Morales or, some vintage type shit, right? So, if he does that, I'm telling you, Mayweather versus Pacquiao can really do some big numbers. You know what? Matter of fact, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to transfer this shit from my iPad to my laptop so I can extend this video because I'm going to have to go over 15 minutes on this one. So anyway, let me get into Tim the Desert Storm Bradley. Man, now if you guys have been listening to my videos, my predictions against Marquez and et cetera, you know every time I start talking about Bradley, I always say if Tim Bradley is the same Tim Bradley that beat Manny Pacquiao, beat Lamont Peterson, beat Kendall Holt. We always have to put that if in there, right? And what I've just been informed by somebody recently, because I didn't watch the face-off with Bradley against Marquez on HBO, I was told that Bradley, he admitted that he had slurred speech for 2 months after the Provodnikov fight. Now, when I hear some shit like that, the first thing I think of is Meldrick Taylor. We know that Meldrick Taylor was never the same after the fight that he had with Julio Cesar Chavez, a fight that he was winning the whole fight, but he took way too much damage. Very similar to Tim Bradley's situation. You know, he pretty much won the fight, but did he win the war, right? And that's something that is yet to be seen. You know, I think that Tim Bradley wasn't even the same after all the psychological abuse that he dealt with after the Manny Pacquiao, you know, situation. Especially when I told you guys before, right before Bradley fought Provodnikov, they did a little, you know, interview, and he said, man, you know, I dealt with so much backlash with the Pacquiao situation, it was almost better if they would have just gave the decision to Pacquiao. You know, when he did that, it completely showed that, you know, people like Jim Lampley, HBO, which are the main ones that planted the seed for everyone else to continue to hate, you know, it showed that it really worked when it came to breaking Tim Bradley down psychologically. You know, and I don't think he ever got over that. I mean, like I said, you know, dealing with motherfucking hate mail, motherfuckers calling your phone with death threats and all type of shit like that, and you dealing with this shit on a day-to-day basis. And you know, we already know that Tim Bradley's trainer, Diaz, he has said that it was a time when Bradley was so depressed, he was just staying in the home. He was staying in his house. He didn't even want to come outside. So, you know, he really dealt with a lot of shit. And I think that really affected his performance against Provodnikov. And I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be able to recover. And I'm bringing all this up because I was talking about Tim Bradley, you know, as a potential opponent for Floyd Mayweather. The point that I'm making is if Tim Bradley is not the same Tim Bradley, if he cannot get that Tim Bradley back, then not only is he going to lose to Marquez, and then we're talking about a possible juiced up Marquez. So not only will, you know, may he possibly lose to Marquez, but then you could forget about him being competitive with Floyd Mayweather, because I told you guys before, this is one of the only guys that will give Floyd Mayweather a run for his money, but not a damaged goods version of Tim Bradley. Now let's go ahead and get into the heavyweight champion, Vitali Klitschko. I'm going to make this shit really quick. We already seen what Floyd Mayweather did to the Big Show. He fucked him up and broke his damn nose. So we know Klitschko ain't got no damn chance. On to the next opponent. All right, guys, so here we go. This leaves me with the only fighter that I know for sure that will beat Floyd Mayweather. You guys ready? The only fighter that will beat Floyd Mayweather for sure, you already know, is Floyd Mayweather. Now, if you guys go back and you watch the fight again, I think it was right after round 7, Al Bernstein, he said something on the lines to what I had been saying myself. He said, wow, in that round, Floyd Mayweather showed that he would know how to fight Floyd Mayweather, right? And I told you guys earlier in this video, and I've said it, I may have said it before, I don't know, but when Floyd was fighting against Canelo Alvarez, I told you guys Canelo was trying to mimic every single thing that Floyd Mayweather was doing. He was trying to beat Floyd Mayweather by fighting like Floyd Mayweather. But the thing is, Floyd Mayweather shows you that even if you try to mimic what he does, he's going to switch it up on you. He's gonna basically say, see, I'm gonna show you what I would do if I was fighting myself. This is what I would do. Even if you go back and you watch the Gaddy fight, you guys remember, if you guys remember the Gaddy fight, Gaddy was using the Floyd Mayweather shell. Okay? He was using the Philly shell in that fight. And Floyd Mayweather was showing people what he would do if he was fighting a guy who was using that Philly shell. Floyd Mayweather was catching his ass with perfect right hands that was landing right over that shoulder that was supposed to protect Gaddy from getting hit with the right hands. Floyd Mayweather, he was landing them over and over. And what Floyd would do is he would go around the Philly shell, still landing punches to the body. And then, as soon as Gaddy would try to block the body shots, Floyd would come up to the top and catch him with shots to the head. So Floyd Mayweather was showing you what he would do against his own self. Right? Right now, Floyd Mayweather is the only fighter that's going to beat Floyd Mayweather. You hear a lot of commentators, you hear a lot of analysts saying, like in the Canelo Alvarez fight, people were saying, I don't know why Canelo has this huge weight advantage and he's trying to box Floyd. He should be jumping in there, whatever, right? But you guys don't understand that no fighter wants to get hit, okay? No fighter wants to get hit. And this is a huge misconception in the sport of boxing. People always believe because a motherfucker has a lack of defense, he just wants to get hit. No, he don't want to get hit. That's why the motherfucker is blocking. Because if he didn't want to get hit, he would never block. All right? He would go in there eating up all the motherfucking punches. No matter how terrible a person's defense is, even Margarito puts his hands up and tries to block the punches. Right? So the reason why Canelo Alvarez was trying to box and because he didn't want to put his head in the meat grinder. However, like I said, if you go back and watch the fight, Canelo Alvarez, he did try to, put his foot on the gas, and he did get really aggressive with Floyd Mayweather. Another thing about that Canelo Alvarez fight real quick with Mayweather, that fight, it reminded me of two different fights. It reminded me of Mayweather versus Genaro Hernandez, and it kind of reminded me just a little bit of Diego Corrales, versus Mayweather. The reason why it reminds me a little bit of the Genaro Hernandez fight is because in the Genaro Hernandez fight, you could see that Genaro Hernandez, who was the champion at the time, remember, Floyd Mayweather only had 17 fights, and HBO and the media and everybody, they thought that Floyd Mayweather did not have the experience, which Floyd didn't have the experience, right? Floyd Mayweather didn't have the experience to deal with a Genaro Hernandez. Okay, and they were saying, Jim Lampley and Larry Merchant, they were saying, I blame this on the arrogance of Team Mayweather to think they could come in here with 17 fights and challenge a lineal champion with all of this experience. This may really backfire on Team Mayweather, et cetera, right? So when the fight began, you could see that, of course, Floyd Mayweather, he has this confidence, and you can see Genaro, he has this confident look on his face for the first 2-3 rounds, just like Canelo Alvarez did. And just like in the Canelo Alvarez fight, the first 3-4 rounds with Genaro Hernandez and Floyd Mayweather, it was a chess match, and it looked very competitive, right? But as the rounds started to slowly progress, you could start to see a change where Floyd Mayweather would start to land more punches. Floyd Mayweather will get more aggressive, right? And you could start to slowly see the frustration start to come in when it came to Canelo Alvarez and Genaro Hernandez, right? That they were trying to keep that poker face, that they look at Mayweather and they see Mayweather, look at Mayweather with his fucking relaxed, composed look, and I'm gonna put that relaxed, composed look on my face too. I'm gonna show Mayweather he ain't shit. I'm on your level too, right? That's what they were both trying to show Floyd Mayweather. But like I said, as the fight progressed, Floyd Mayweather, he started to go into another gear that they couldn't keep up with, right? And another reason why I say the Genaro Hernandez fight reminds me of the Canelo fight, because I remember as Floyd Mayweather started to take over in the fight and started to dominate, I remember there was one point, matter of fact, it was in the 5th round with Genaro Hernandez. Genaro Hernandez, he tried to back up to the ropes because he was trying to figure out new stuff to do because he was getting frustrated. So he backs up into the ropes, and what did Floyd Mayweather do? Floyd Mayweather followed him to the ropes, and he caught Genaro Hernandez with a perfect fucking uppercut, right? That is the exact same thing that Canelo Alvarez did in the 7th round. Canelo Alvarez, he started to get frustrated playing that chess game and realizing that chess match and realizing that he was losing at it. He backed up to the ropes, and what did Floyd Mayweather catch Canelo Alvarez with? A perfect fucking uppercut, right? And just like Gennaro Hernandez, after he got caught with that uppercut, and once he realized trying to box Floyd Mayweather wasn't working, Gennaro Hernandez, he tried to bomb rush and charge Floyd Mayweather and make it a toe-to-toe fight. When he did that, he stuck his head into the meat grinder, and that's when fucking Floyd Mayweather shredded his ass up as he tried to go toe-to-toe, because Floyd Mayweather was like, okay, you don't want to box no more? You want to go toe-to-toe? Shit, I could do that too. And Floyd Mayweather, he shredded his ass up. Same fucking thing happened in the Canelo Alvarez fight. After 6 or 7 rounds of Canelo Alvarez trying to outbox Floyd Mayweather, and finally in the 8th round, that's when Canelo tried to bum rush and charge and go toe-to-toe with Floyd Mayweather. And the same fucking thing happened. He ended up getting shredded up, putting his motherfucking head in the meat grinder. Okay? So, once again, like I said, Floyd Mayweather is the only person that's going to beat Floyd Mayweather right now. No matter, like I said, no matter how much you want to hate on Floyd Mayweather, the fact that you know that no one can beat him, it suggests that he is top 3, top 5 greatest fighter of all time. Like I told you guys, don't worry. The video is coming. I'm about to break all these motherfucking opponents, these greatest of all time opponents. I'm going to break that shit down to a fucking T, right? Now, what I really want to do is go back to my old days of my Dante 562 days. I want to play the footage, but I'm trying to figure out a way to do this shit to where, I don't get any strikes from YouTube and shit like that, because I love to show the visuals, right? If pictures say 1,000 words, then video and picture, show 1,000,000 words. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this video right now, and I'm on to the next one.